We love getting your questions, so we want you to keep them coming via Facebook, Twitter, and on our webpage. Who knows, we might just answer your question here in the studio audience next.
Just want to say this.
Okay.
I feel sad for you. I feel sad for your loss. Just hearing the way you're talking about her. I don't want to cry for you. I mean, you lost the most important person in your life. She raised you. I just want to invite you into that.
I wonder, is it because if you lost it and you allowed yourself to go there, are you afraid that you would lose control?
I kind of feel guilty because before she passed away, I could have called her more, but the couple of times I did call her, she didn't know who I was. And it was very frustrating to talk to someone who don't remember who you are. And I didn't really have the patience to just sit on the phone and talk to someone who, every few minutes she would ask, who is this?
Okay.
And like I said, when they called me to tell me that she was not doing well, she went through a lot before she passed. She fell, she busted her head. She ended up in a nursing home, which I didn't think was right. The family should have taken care of her because she had taken care of everyone. Nobody should have put her in a nursing home.
So this is not about the grief. This is about the guilt.
I feel guilty. I feel I could have maybe taken off to go home. I went home this year 3 times. They had moved her to Chicago, which is about 8 hours away from where I live, and I could have taken a trip, could have driven, could have rented a car, but I didn't. I moved here to help my son find purpose here, and I just didn't think about anything else. My mind was set on him and us doing what we came out here to do. I didn't think about no one else. I didn't think about the family. I didn't, it wasn't that I didn't care. I was just had tunnel vision on them, of my son and myself. I didn't think about no one else. I didn't think about the family. I didn't think about anything else. Yeah. And even when they told me she wasn't doing well, I just didn't think that she would die. She was healthy. There was nothing wrong with my grandmother.
And Tisha, I see you struggling over there too.
What's going on?
Invite us in.
Okay. It's something about this show, I swear for God. But my grandfather had the same thing. He had Alzheimer's, and he didn't know who he was when I would call him. And I too felt guilty because I was living my life and I was dealing with my kids and I was dealing with my husband. And I couldn't go back home to Baltimore as much as I wanted to. But when you think about it, she did the same thing to you, for you, that she did the same thing for you and your siblings. She went into tunnel vision, and she may not have cried in front of you, but she did what you were doing for Nathan right now. I don't think you should feel guilty because she taught you how to be the person you are and to do for your son like she did for you. And it shouldn't stop you from grieving her loss. That guilt shouldn't stop you. You shouldn't feel guilty for that, for taking care of your boy. Like, I don't feel guilty because I know what my grandfather would have wanted for me. He would have wanted me to take care of my family.
Tisha, can you do me a favor? Just give her a hug. Just give her a hug.
So,
Okay. Let's just pause for 1 second, okay? We have to take a quick break, but coming up, we're going to meet Sophia's son, Nathan, and we'll talk more with Sophia. We'll be right back right after this.
We love getting your questions, so we want you to keep them coming via Facebook, Twitter, and on our webpage. Who knows, we might just answer your question here in the studio audience next.